If your husband thinks that sex is the best way to feel connected to you, how do you help him find other ways? Did you know that there's actually 12 different kinds of intimacy that we can experience in marriage, and sex is only one of them? The first thing that I would do is I would run over to my website, I would get 31 days of intimacy, and I would walk through a month-long guide designed to help you both learn how to lean into the other 11 types of intimacy. And I would have a lot of very frank conversations with him that talk about things like, what if I become disabled or debilitated in some way? What if I wind up with some sort of long-term illness where I cannot perform this for you? How are you going to feel connected to me? How are we going to ensure that our marriage can survive if we cannot perform this? Every stinking time she wants to wrestle when I'm trying to record. This one should know better, but here we are. You both need to have an understanding that if something happens and one of you cannot perform, you have to have other intimacies to fall back on, or the marriage will fall apart very fast. I want to stress that it's okay to enjoy sex. I love sex. I love orgasms. I want you to have all the orgasms. But I want you to be emotionally literate enough that you don't rely on orgasms to keep the marriage healthy and connected, because eventually they're gonna run out, and that's not going to be what keeps the marriage going. In my pregnancy, I had hyperemesis and a very hard postpartum season. So there was about 2 years where it was very much a desert season for our sex life, and we had to rely on the other forms of intimacy to keep our marriage together. And honestly, our marriage was really good in that season, even though we did not have sex to rely on, because sex was never the basis of intimacy in our marriage. So send him in this video, and if even after watching this video, having these discussions about, making sure that you can build upon the rock of the other 11 intimacies, he still doesn't get it, I'd probably want to talk to a therapist, because that means that you might be dealing with a pornified mindset and you need to work to get out of it. Go have good intimacy.